Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. I'm Mac Epiphany, and welcome to Epiphany Games, subsidiary of Coco Mac Productions, soon to be LLC, and it's time to play some D&D. It's Hillard
You.
University, the historically black magic college set in a night-skin world created by our own Neo Soul God. Um, I have some wonderful people here to go on this adventure with me, and we're going to start right here with Fellow.
Right, I forgot I said I was gonna start first. Anyways, hi, my name is Selimit. And I have social media out there. In the meantime, just check me here on Mondays. And I love D&D, and I am going to try to be the best chaos kitten you've ever met. You're welcome.
This is
All right, who are you going to be playing tonight?
I will be playing Abby. I forgot that part. Yes, Abby. Abby M. You'll get the full name later. I don't give my first name in the first date.
Okay. Taylor, tell us about yourself.
what is up? I'm Taylor. I'm Smoky Taylor on all social media, and I be playing the lovely bitchy Kiriko Lane. Please vote for her. Campaigning right now.
All right. Keon.
Hello, people. My name is Keon. I will be playing Elu, and that is going to be your Kitsune rogue. It's gonna be a little fun. If you cannot tell, I'm a wee bit nervous because there's so many people here. But yeah. Other than that, if you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on all things social media at Brother Conjure. So
All right. My love.
Hey y'all, it's Coco, the other half of Coco and Mac. But I will be playing Madasha Inyeku, your fun-loving, half night skin, half dragon. Don't ask me who's who when it comes to my parents. Barbarian. And you can find me at Coco Kitten Bruja across social media, but also Coco Mac Productions.
I would just like everybody to know that the fact that my wife is playing in this campaign does not mean she'll get special treatment. In fact, it's quite possible that she'll have it the
It's the
hardest.
opposite. Just go ahead and say it's the opposite. Y'all, he don't treat me no better. It's don't even
they
worry about it.
they lying. They lying.
All right, let's see.
Shit.
Hey folks, I'm Luxie. I will be playing Clarence Dubois, the Dragonborn Paladin of the group. He's going to be a little bit of cinnamon roll. And I'm new here, and gonna have a good time.
And of course, I am Mac. As you can see here, I am your DM. And with that said, let's get started. So, you all are walking through a cavernous tunnel. The brownstone walls are lit with torches. On the ceiling above, there are stalactites that give an ominous feeling to the cavern as you walk through. And in the distance, you can hear the sounds of water crystallizing. A hazy light can be seen ahead of you as you're reaching the end of the cavern. And as you get closer to the light and the exit, you can feel the ground crunching beneath your feet. There's something charming about the light snow falling down outside, misting over the trees and the path ahead of you. But as you walk out of the cavern, you look to your right, and what you see is a very large white dragon. The dragon sniffs the air and immediately turns its head towards you all. and an icy white mist comes from his nostrils as he bares his fangs. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering how you ended up in this situation. I would be happy to tell you, but before that, roll initiative.
Bruh, it ain't been
This
fun.
Oh, so this is
is
how we're starting?
this
It ain't
is
been
Lord.
5
hello.
minutes.
Hello, everybody
Hello
in the
is
stream. Y'all
what
have
you say.
come to
Where's the
an
bar,
end.
the brawl? No, dragon.
Lord.
Hey, I
I
love it.
mean,
It's amazing.
oh God.
I love it. I love it so
Oh,
much.
that bodes well.
That is amazing.
I'm nervous.
Nah, don't be nervous now.
And Madasha, you are first.
Of course.
It's morning, and you're waking up for your first day of classes. Describe your character to us.
I just had a whole panic attack for no reason. Hold on. So Madasha, to make it as simple as possible, think of Meg the Stallion with blue and gold scales, but the scales are like vitiligo across her body. She has a long blue and gold scaled tail. She has horns that start blue and ombre into gold. And she is she's I don't want to call her a bird brain, but like she's smarter than the average barbarian, but like not by a lot. But you know, the gold hoops are there because she's still halfway a city girl, you know. But yes.
All right, so you wake up. It's the first day of classes. How are you getting ready?
The alarm goes off. She's not ready, but she kind of throws her hand down to stop the alarm and accidentally breaks it. She just sighs really deeply, like, another one. Shit. So she gets up and she goes, she takes a shower and everything, and she opens up her closet to figure out what to wear. Does she want to wear this sports bra and leggings? Does she want to wear that sports bra and leggings? Or does she want to wear that sports bra and leggings? That's all she wears. So she picks one outfit out, throws it on, and as she's grooming herself, she sees a picture of her mom and her brother and her sister, and just kind of looks at it for a second. And then she throws a hair tie around her hair, one big swoop on the ponytail in the back, and she grabs her bag and throws on her boots. Oh man, what do we call them? The air elements one air element ones.
The element ones, elemental
The
ones.
element ones. Basically black Air Force boots. And she heads out the door.
Okay, so these initiative rolls aren't great, huh? Salome, you awaken on the first day of school of your second semester at Hillard University. Describe your character to us and how you get ready.
So Abby is one that takes a lot of pride on how she looks. She's going to be probably in her little nightstand with the lights right in her face. So she puts her makeup on, making sure that everything in the outfit is right where it's supposed to be. She is also make sure that she has her, her scent that she has made to be specifically just for her. She just sprays it on. Her room is very very preppy, very cute, but then at the same time, there's a lot of little trinkets all around the room, little things that she has collected and that she just feels around and touches and feels magic through them and feels how they connect to her. So, right now, as she's just getting ready for school, she's like, okay, this is it. It's time to show off. And she goes through the door.
Lovely, lovely. I love that for you. Hey Lou.
Hello. Um, so Elu, he's in his room. He starts to wake up and like does like the little stretch, a little kick of his paw, um, kind of like shaking off his fur. Um, and in his room, instead of it being like, a regular college dorm, he's kind of made it a little bit closer to home. So instead of carpet, he's got like a little blue green grass. There's a little like wilderness coming over onto the bed, onto like the little dresser and everything. So he's like stretching, doing his little thing, and he transforms into his human-esque form. So he's about like 5'6", long curly hair, curly black hair, and he's got like a little white tail with like a tuft of like black fur at the top of it. And he goes into his little closet, and all of his clothes all white, everything white, kind of like Lisa Ray. Um,
I
doesn't really
like
help
that.
much for a rogue, but it's about the style, not about the sneak. Um, so he grabs a hoodie, grabs like he dresses like a typical hype beast. So if you can think of like somebody who wears Air Force Ones, all of that good stuff, that is what he is. And so he also has his elemental ones on. Um, and before he leaves, he grabs his mother's katana and puts it off to the side. And kind of just like cracks his neck, puts on like a really big smile, and just walks out the door.
All right, I love it. And that leads us to Clarence.
So Clarence is about a 6'4", uh, real tall, horned dragonborn. He just kind of gets up in the morning, stretches out, takes off all of the weighted clothing that he's wearing, that he wears to sleep, drops off to the side, stretches in the moonlight, and you can see in the sunlight, off of his white scales, a bit of purple iridescence that shimmers underneath. So he, gets into his day clothes, let his tail kind of flap away, walks to the shrine of his grandparents, gives them a little blessing before he goes off on his day. Says, "Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you, Grandma. Please bless me on this day. I hope I bring you all of the honor and all of the strength that I have inside of me." And he steps out the door.
All right. And last but not least, Kirko.
All right, so Kiriko already like rise and shine. Everything has to be on time, perfection going on. She has her two Afro puff balls up with her signature red ribbon on top of her head. She sharpened her tusk. She has nice emerald skin on, as she is a 5'9" half orc lady. She has her make sure she cleaned off her glasses. She makes sure she plasters on her resting bitch face for the day. Um, she has a nice she loves her sweater vest. The sweater vest is always her comfortable. So she has a white collar shirt and her red vest on, and then she has a good old black skirt on and some fishnets and stuff. And she grabs her backpack and grabs a big old box of Vote For Me buttons, as always, before she's strutting out, ready for the day.
All right. So you all step out to the smell of breakfast. There are pancakes and bacon and French toast and just a feast prepared in your common room. And you see your prefect, Serafina, or Sarah as she goes by, is preparing breakfast for you on your first day. Sarah is a wood elf. She stands about 5'2". Every one of you is taller than her. And she has been the most motherly figure for you your entire first semester. And actually, I can show her to you and the folks at home, possibly, maybe. Guess we'll see if that works. But Sarah, she is beaming when you come out. And she's just like, good morning. I know it's you guys' second semester, and you don't need me to guide you like I did last semester, but I just wanted to be here for you guys' first morning. I made breakfast, and, just let me walk you to class. Just let me do this for me.
Just because he's you. That's it. Because you're just amazing.
Wait, so is this not going to be an every morning thing?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. I have classes too.
Oh,
Oh, that's fair.
I want breakfast every morning here in the room.
I guess we gotta get up and actually cook it.
Or maybe
Oh.
in the cafeteria.
I mean,
Speaking of Kirko, you get up early enough and like Elu pulls out one of your posters. I'm already voting for you. You don't have to put this in my room.
I was like, I gotta make sure because you might invite people into your room that won't vote for me.
Yeah, I woke
He
up
like
to,
rolls it right back
I
up.
woke up to buttons
Yeah.
in my bed.
Mhm.
Yo.
Roll it right back up.
You have a point. It's okay.
There were buttons in my bed. I don't even know how you did that.
I don't.
Fast.
How did you know the code to my room?
I just know. Plus, you don't hide it really well when I'm behind you.
well, I mean that's a tad concerning, but I did pass out the last pile that we did have, so
Oh,
you
thank
don't have to worry
you.
about that.
I
Plastic it all
appreciate
over.
It's like, I appreciate that. I'll make you breakfast.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to worry about that though.
You just put my business on Front Street, but I don't get breakfast. Okay. He just like eats a piece of bacon. Like
I shouldn't need to put your business on Front Street.
still eating. Like,
I'm just looking at the whole thing and just eating my breakfast. It's like this is
Kiriko will
Madasha
fix her
slurped
plate.
some juice really loud. Like, okay.
so-
She's just kind of like sitting back, eating her own breakfast, watching. Sarah is very fond of you all, and she's kind of sad that she has to kind of wean you off of having a prefect, but she got you. Like that's what you feel from this interaction. So, are we all ready to go to class?
yes. I need to interview some other teachers for some projects I'm building. So of course.
Of course you do. All right. Well,
It's
she, gives you all time to finish your breakfast and get set up, and we are off to the first classes of the semester. Now, up first, we have Madasha and Elu in Combative Arcana.
Ew.
You are led out to a giant field the size of 3 football fields. It has a track going around it and bleachers. This is where sports happen, like serious sports. As you arrive, you don't see a professor. There are students scattered about. also waiting. But you're here. What would you like to do?
Alu has on the walk over, he has decided that he wanted to ride on Madasha's shoulders and has transformed into his fox form, is just like chilling up there right now. So she's got like a little stole around her neck right now.
Yep, that's
All
typical.
right.
That's why the ponytail is there, because I know already,
Hey,
you know,
look,
I can't have extra fur on my neck. So
it's comfortable, man. We've talked about this.
we have.
You got some broad
So
shoulders.
as I'm walking to class, I'm like, do you think I can like enchant my axe? Like, you know,
Girl,
can
you still
I like beat people with my axe and like make like magic come out? I don't. I just signed up for the class. I didn't know exactly. I don't.
I mean, I think it works that way, but they also might just be teaching us how to like, swing things and hit them really hard, but you already do that. So
I want
So
to be able to
as
like
you're
shoot
approaching the
stuff with my
field,
axe.
you hear, "Oh my gosh, your fox is so cute!" And a girl runs up to you. She appears to be a tiefling. She has kind of gray skin. Her horns are shaped similarly to yours, actually, except for they curve backwards instead of out. And if you're built like Meg the Stallion, she's built more like Tiana Taylor.
Whew, my God, I'm sorry.
so she's a baddie, okay?
Yeah, she
But
athletic,
the most
baby.
interesting thing about her is her eyes don't have pupils. Instead, it's a depiction of a sunny day in her eyes.
Oh, okay.
And she comes over and she is just fawning over Alu.
Not me being a
So
chick magnet.
I take a small step back because personal space, and I don't know how he's going to take that. I'm very protective of him, especially when he's in this form. So I take a step back and be like, "Hey, girl."
I mean, she gives you a good 5 feet. She doesn't touch you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She don't try
I
and
didn't know if
touch
it was
me.
gonna
I'm
be one of those situations.
Don't touch the fur. Don't touch the fur.
like don't touch the fur.
This is an HBCU.
Right.
This is an HBCU. People know.
Okay.
She says that I'm adorable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Alu's gonna hop off and kind of like transform back to himself. He's gonna be like shake his hair off a little bit. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a familiar.
Oh no. I get that often, especially
He's
when I'm up on the show.
familiar with riding on my shoulders, but no.
Shut up. Hey. I look at her, I'm like Madasha, and I'm like, shut up. You're fucking up my game here. Like, clearly she likes me.
I look at him and I just like kind of toss my ponytail and take out my battle axe and I go off to the side and just start swinging it and leave him to his own devices.
Okay.
I don't mind her. She's just ready for class.
The big learning type, huh? And she kind of glances
squeaking
over
type.
and then glances back.
And you are?
Oh, my name's Ayla.
Oh, it's close to my name. He puts his hand out and says, Alu.
So she reaches out and she shakes your hand, and the sun seems to beam a little bit brighter in her eyes.
This is not a dating sim, Mac. Day one, we are not doing this.
I'm
You are
sorry, are you
putting
familiar with how Hillard works?
you are putting this pansexual fox in a
This is
precarious situation.
this is college, okay? Hormones flying.
Y'all have already called Alu a slut.
Now, see, that felt like your inner monologue being very loud and not the other way.
No.
Just-
Taylor had said that
I
I
never-
got
I never said those words. I said you have people come in your room. It could be playing video games.
not in that room.
You know, they're playing games for sure.
A little bit of
Oh,
Twister.
so Alu's gonna say that her eyes
Twisted.
are like your eyes are so gorgeous.
She kind of sways. Yeah, it's magic. They're not my this isn't my natural eye color.
Oh,
I don't have that anymore.
what do you mean?
So where I come from, there's a ritual that some sorcerers go through to become storm bearers, and after the ritual, you lose your eye color, and the weather kind of reflects in your eyes.
Huh. Well, okay, hold on. So either way, they're beautiful.
Hmm.
And he kind of like
Thank you.
his eyes are like this shade of purple. So he kind of like bats
You know,
his
it's funny.
eyelashes.
My natural eye color actually was purple when I was born.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So first
By
year,
the
second
way,
year,
hmm?
first year,
Oh,
second
I'm a
year.
first year. I'm a
Oh,
first year. By the way, what she's wearing is kind of like a halter vest. It's red in color with like a white wrap underneath because it's low cut. Um, and what's similar to words are not wording. So I'm not gonna make them word. She's got on pants now. She's got on pants now. But she's also wearing a very wide collar and a red harness made of rope. And you know, her tail's kind of swishing. But as this conversation is happening, a very large half-orc man makes his way out onto the field.
oh god.
Greetings, class. Please come on, gather around, gather around. Oh, I guess it's time.
Yeah. See you around.
Yep.
Hold on. Yeah. And I head back over to Madasha.
We ain't been in class 5 minutes.
Listen. It's not my fault. She said she said I was cute, man. You know that's my weakness.
Bro, you angled your face so the sun can hit your eyes. I saw
The
you.
sun was in her eyes. What you expect me to do?
Child, come on.
I'm coming.
All right, so you all gather around, and this very tall half-orc, he has some very human features. You can tell he definitely has a human parent. But he's a beefy one. And he says, "Welcome to Combative Arcana. I am Professor Morgan, but most students call me Morg. This," and he pulls a giant sword off of his back that seems like it's made of bones. "This is serpent spine. Anybody want to guess how I got it?" And he just kind of lunks it onto his back.
I lean over. I want that fucking sword. I want it.
You don't have to fight him for it. You know that, right?
I'm willing to do it. I'm only like 2 inches shorter than him, dog. I think I can do it.
Yeah, but he got you on
No one?
muscle by like.
Well, I rip this bad boy from a basilisk.
Never
And he
mind.
swings it, and the vertebrae like extend. And then switch back to the sword side. And he places it back on his back.
Alu leans over and is like, I want that fucking sword.
We gotta get that sword. We gotta get
Okay, all right, cool. I don't know how we getting it, but we getting it.
Yeah.
All right. Since we have time to talk, we have
fuck.
time for laughs. Get going.
God damn it.
Damn it.
We ain't been in
My
class.
bad, dog.
It's
5
my
minutes.
fault too. Shit. This happened last semester too.
Yeah, come on. Just
I'm coming. Shit. You're taller than me.
So I need you guys to roll athletics for me.
Oh, fuck me running.
Now wait. Never heard of that one.
I'm pretty sure. Damn, son. I'm sitting up here like I'm pretty sure. Damn. What?
Alu has switched to his little fox form and it's just like
I knew it. I'm over
So-
here huffing and puffing like I should jump on your back. God damn it.
keep up.
So Morg is watching all of the students run, and he's kind of taking account of, who's ahead of the pack, who's in the back. Madasha, you're somewhere in the middle. But he's watching this fox run ahead of the pack. Like, well, I didn't say they couldn't transform. And he takes a couple little notes, and you guys do a full 2 laps before he stops you. All right, we got that out of our systems now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, coach.
Good to know. All right. So, combative arcana. Can anybody tell me what it's about?
Using arcana to combat.
Well, yeah. Yes. In this class, you're going to learn ways to use spells that aren't traditionally combat spells to aid you in combat. You see, creative use of magic can aid you when you don't know spells like Fireball or Thunder Flare or whatever the kids are using these days. So, I'll give you an example. He calls one of the students over and he says, cast a spell at me. And so this girl with snakes for hair and a bow on her back and a quiver on her hip walks out. She says, all right. And she takes a bow from her quiver and pulls it. And she casts a spell and the arrow catches flame and ignites. And she fires it at him.
Madasha's face just completely lightens up, like the biggest cheese grin on her face because she thinks about her battle axe.
The arrow hits him at center mass, singes his shirt a little bit. Huh. That wasn't bad. Tell me, what's your name? It's Callie. All right, Callie. Now, I want you to try it again. And he casts Minor Illusion. And he places a boulder in front of him. Nothing special. It's very simple magic. And he tells her to fire again. She pulls another arrow. She pulls it back. Arrow goes straight over his shoulder. Minor illusion isn't a traditional combat spell, but used creatively, in this case, to create cover from my opponent. It saved me from taking damage. Now, we do this exercise every semester. But now, let's try it with another one. Now, you with the axe. And he points at Madasha.
Go.
It's all walk up closer to him. Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what spells do you know? Let's start with that.
Hold on. I don't know any.
Hold for roll 20.
Right.
Oh. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Sunshine, come here. And so Ayla comes and she stands next to you. I want you to attack Sunshine here. Sunshine, I want you to use your magic to protect yourself. However, no combat skills allowed. Combat spells, my apologies. Surprise comes on her face, and she looks at Madasha, and a light rain starts to fall in her eyes. And she goes, sorry. And she steps back. And she casts Shape Water from 2 water pouches on her sides and splashes the water all around her and freezes it. And then she casts Prestidigitation and makes the ice invisible. Whenever you're ready, Axe.
I stand there and I look so confused. Like, what? Why did she say sorry? I don't think I signed up for the right class.
You got it. You can do this.
Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I take my X out, and I'm very hesitant initially. God, I hope I don't get kicked out for this. And I like charge towards her and try to swing my axe towards her.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to make an attack roll at disadvantage for difficult terrain.
Okay. Roll 20. I haven't seen you in forever. How do I do that? Sorry.
Okay, so all of your attacks will be in the center column.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to see your weapons. You can just click on the name of your weapon and it will roll for you.
Okay. Roll it twice, right?
Yes.
Oh, that 27, goddamn.
Damn.
Ooh, it's a good thing you didn't have advantage, boy, because that would have hurt.
Yeah.
But as you approach her to swing your axe, you slide. And when your axe comes down, it goes wide and sticks into the ground. And chunks of ice rise up from the ground, from the contact. And she looks at you and she's still very apologetic. But more just laughs. That was clever. That was a good one. I get the feeling you've done it before. Yes, sir. So that is the kind of thing that we are going to learn in this class. How to use magic to our advantage, and in some cases, how to take advantage of those who use their magic poorly. And so for the next hour and a half, you do various drills and lessons, learning about applications of non-combat magic in combat. And with that, we're going to move on to the next class. Abby, it is time for alchemical composition.
Yes.
You are dropped off at class, and it's an actual classroom. Desks, chairs. You haven't seen too many of those since you've been here. Classes are in a lot of weird places typically. But at the front of the class is a goblin, wearing very thick glasses, hair's a mess, and he's waiting while people are taking their seats.
I forgot to mention a couple of things about Abby. Abby has like her glowing brown skin, popping night skin. And she goes into this classroom, and the first thing she does everywhere she goes is look for advantage points or places that she can be where she can look at everybody, and then at the same time she can just survey the area, getting a good strategic position. So she's gonna
All right.
Yeah.
Give me a perception roll.
Come on. I was about to do my actual dice. I forgot. We're doing row 20. One second. Did it roll?
It did. On a 13.
Ugh.
The class is pretty populated. There aren't too many desks, but there is an open seat. One in the back that is pretty beat up. It's like been written on, and the chair's kind of rickety. There's another one in the center that's available, and then another in the very front row that you can take.
Do I be the center of attention, or do I go and be the first one on the row? Center of attention. So Abby's going to Abby's gonna sit right in the center, and the moment she sits down, she's gonna start rubbing her ring, just looking at not people. She's not a creep-ish. And she is going to just look at the materials that are there and some of the things that might be, things that she might see that might be good to see beyond normal eyes.
Okay, so at every desk, there are 3 vials with different liquids in them. There's a red one, a green one, and a blue one. Next to you is a young man with a very large afro. He has on a halter, a red halter top. He has a thin frame with like a 2-pack. Like he's not built or anything like that. He's wearing a ring with a book as the jewel. And he's just like, hi. And he continues looking ahead, waiting for the professor to speak.
All right, so she's going to take note of those things, and also she's more more busy of the people that are there. She's focusing more on what materials and what things are in the classroom. So she's gonna grab her note and she's gonna start just taking note, her book, and she's gonna start taking note of those things, and then also taking note of people that might be interesting, and taking note of what materials are there and components are there and all that stuff.
So throughout the room, around the outside, are several glass cases that are filled with all sorts of materials, potions, powders. They are very poorly labeled. Uh, you have very little idea what most is.
She's gonna try to see the guy that didn't talk as much. Probably he knows more than she does. He's like, hey, so hi. Do you know what some of those things are?
He looks over some of them. I've been doing some work with different materials. I see
You have.
there's some vials of acid there,
Hmm.
different potions. Oh, a lot of these are combustible. Like a lot of these are combustible.
Oh, that's so dangerous. She's gonna start writing all of that down. And he's like, and what things have you created?
Well, I more so work with different things to see how to incorporate them into my magic. I don't so much create. Right now, I'm working on ways to jar a spell in order to extend its shelf life, so to speak. You're muted.
Yeah. Peopling. So when I hear that, I'm like, okay. I'm trying to see what things could be interesting to mix together and throw and see what happens.
All right. You said you're gonna run that by me one more time?
That I like to see how some of the swirls of different liquids just interact with each other, and they make really pretty, like glittery, like colors in the bottle. I just love color.
So you're mixing the contents of the vials?
I mean, you never know until you try something. What can happen?
Which vials do you mix?
Um, what is your name again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Ray.
Oh, hi, Ray. I'm Abby. I'm just trying to, you know, learn things, and I haven't done much of it. I was just interested in trying to see how things can be mixed and what happens when you mix them. So I wanted to sign up.
Okay, so I also joined out of mostly curiosity and how to use different
There you go.
things.
You think the same.
But I don't know if I would want to mix things in here without knowing what I was doing.
Well, I'm not going to do it right here in the classroom. That's why we have open areas where you can do that with. Like, come on now. Are you like the teacher assistant or something? Like, come on, you got to try a little things. You don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not trying to stop you. That was just my personal opinion.
I know you're not.
But if you want to do some experiments, I'm open to it. I love experimenting with different components.
Cool. So, Ray, you said?
At this point, the goblin speaks up. Welcome to Alchemical Composition. I am Professor Suzu. And In this class, we're going to make a lot of things go boom. Now, before you, you'll see 3 vials. As you can see, there's a red one, a green one, and a blue one. I'm going to hand each of you a beaker. Choose 2 to mix together. And he goes around the class handing out beakers.
What are the colors again?
A red one, a green one, and a blue one.
Can I know what they are? Can I try to figure it out what they are?
Sure. You can roll. I know it's an intelligence check, but which one? You can roll flat intelligence if you like.
Nope, that's not the one. There you go. It's very little. Catch up. Nope, sorry. I'm gonna stop touching stuff. Oh
So,
no.
on a 7, the red one looks familiar? Question mark?
Yeah, I like red. So there's the red, the green, and the blue.
Yes.
I do like the color purple. Maybe if I mix the red and the blue, it's gonna turn up a really pretty color. She's gonna mix those 2.
Okay, so you mix the red and the blue. Ray is still examining his beakers. He has not touched them. He's looking them over and really trying to decide very carefully. Excuse me. As you mix the 2 potions, they begin to glow a brilliant white color before settling into a light purple.
Oh,
Sugu walks over and he looks at your new concoction. He's like, unfortunate. And he continues looking at different ones until you hear boom way in the back of the class. Oh, we have our first explosion. And there is a human boy in the back of the class whose hair is completely blown back, eyebrows singed off, and he's just standing there like,
what did you mix?
Don't tell them. So after some time, Ray mixes the same 2 that you do. He mixes the red one and the blue one.
I was gonna be like, you see, I do know what I'm doing. I didn't want to tell you about it. But I just showed you. Good combination.
I believe this is a superior health potion.
Yeah, I knew that.
Interesting.
Maybe that guy needs a little bit of it. He looks a little cinched.
So there are a couple more explosions.
Every one of them, Abby's like, yes. Oh my gosh, that's so
albeit smaller ones, because now nobody is willing to mix the whole vial. They're all like a couple drops of this, a couple drops of that. After everybody has mixed their potions, Professor Sugu heads back to the front of the class. Now, what we're learning here is how the properties of different components blend together to become something better than before. It's not all about explosions, though some of you were very lucky. I see you. And he points to the people who got blown up. What's important is understanding how different components are built and how they interact with each other in order to form something new. Those of you who have your purple concoctions here, you're welcome to keep them. And so he spends the rest of the class explaining the 3 vials that he gave you all. The red one was simply a health potion, just a regular minute health potion. The blue one that you mixed it with was a very rare accelerant that he has worked hard to create in order to buff the properties of different things. While the green potion was really just a bomb. And mixing it with the accelerant was how the guy in the back got his face blown off. So you walk out of this class with a general understanding of how to make a minor health potion.
What is the level of my health potion?
That potion I think is 2d8 plus 8. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. No problem.
All right.
At the end of the class,
And
before Abby leaves, she's gonna tell Ray, like, well, Ray, whenever you need more pointers on how to create potions, I'll let you know. We'll be in the class, and I'll make sure that you know the right colors to mix. I got you. By the way, awesome to meet you. See you later.
Bye. All right. I was halfway expecting you to blow something up. So good on you.
I know
You're
what I'm
muted.
doing. I know what I'm doing. Did it perfectly, just how I knew I was gonna do it.
So our final elective for the day is Psionic Studies with Kirko and Clarence.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Okay, so you walk into yet another classroom, surprisingly, and see a very present, we'll say, a very present Harpy. For those of you who haven't been around for Wild and Beyond the Witchlight, she's very well endowed. She has her wings draped over her shoulders, and she's standing very calmly as people filter into the classroom. Coming in, you see several different students. There is a boy with back-length white locks wearing gray sweats and a sleeveless shirt. There is a very tall guy with like the one black man hairstyle that's in all the video games with the locks that go straight up and like the one hanging down like this.
Weak as hell.
Oh Lord.
And there's 2 people who aren't brown in this class. A boy and a girl who are sitting together. They were the first in class, sitting front row center. Both blonde-haired and blue-eyed.
Interesting. Yeah, like as soon as they get into the classroom, Clarence is looking at Kiriko and being like, I got this. And every single student he sees or who comes in after him is like handing out a pamphlet and a pen, just saying, vote for Kiriko, vote for Kiriko, vote for Kiriko.
That's my boy right there.
The boy with the white colored locks looks at the pen. Elections?
Yeah, for class officer. The fantastic and amazing Miss Kiriko Lane right over here.
Pleasure to meet you. And he bows. And says, I'll keep this in mind. I'll let my party know.
Please do.
And he puts the pen in his pocket and heads to an empty seat.
We got him.
Yes. Like high fives.
Yes, straight high fives.
So as you're heading in and you're taking your seats, you hear the professor speak, but not with your ears. She's speaking directly into your minds.
My brain.
Good morning, class. I am Professor Meridia Lori, and I will be your professor for psionic studies. Now, in this class, we will learn about, well, psionics in its different forms: communication, protecting yourself from mental attacks, and other things. And as she says this, something that looks like a giant brain on 4 legs walks into the class. Can any of you tell me what this is?
Well, it's my first time looking, but I can sure try.
I can sure. You said it's a brain
It's okay.
with 4 arms.
Actually, it's probably a good thing if you can. And she, when nobody answers, she tells you, this is an intellect devourer. And it is exactly what its name suggests. She waves her hand and it disappears. There are several creatures, both in the material plane and various others, who won't attack your physical body, but rather your mind. In this class, you will learn defenses against such psionic attacks. Her wings expand backwards as you raise your hand, and you see that there are no arms underneath. Yes, please.
Just a question out of curiosity. Does the brain get bigger as they devour said intellects?
Well, you hope that one won't live long enough for it to get too large, but yes, they do grow.
Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind.
Neo, I don't have an image of Professor Lori, but I will make that available before the next session.
Thank you.
That image is a sight. I will make sure you all see that.
Yes, sir.
As a matter of fact, look up Neo's readout for the Harpy class for Dungeons and Dragons 5e. Shameless plug. The image is Professor Lori. So, what we're going to do today is a simple exercise. How many of you are familiar with the message spell, cantrip? A few people raise their hands. Oh, okay, I see some of you do know it already. That's good to know. Message is a very simple cantrip that allows you to speak psionically with a person that's in range. That person will be able to respond to your message, whether they know the cantrip or not. We're going to start this class by teaching all of you the message cantrip. The exercise we're going to do right now, though, is I'm going to pass a message to one of you. And you're going to pass that message to the next one, and on to the next one, until we reach the end of the class. And the last person is going to tell me what the message that they received was. Now, you'll all need a little bit of assistance, as I understand not all of you know the message cantrip. But I will aid in that. So, she starts with the person in the front of the class. Yes, tell me your name, please. She absolutely knows his name, but Aaron Pendragon? Yes. Aaron, I'm going to send you a message. I want you to send it to the person next to you. And so on and so forth. For the person in the chat who asked why nobody shot the Intellect Devourer, she waved her hand and it disappeared. It's apparent that the Intellect Devourer was indeed an illusion. So it is not present in the classroom. Professor Laurie is not irresponsible enough to put you all in the presence of an Intellect Devourer on your first day of class. So she cast message at Aaron, who then cast message to the other fair-skinned person next to him, and so on and so forth. Clarence, the gentleman with the locks, sends the message to you.
Right, got it.
And the message is, intellect is to be savored. Now, you can pass the message on to Kirko as you heard it, or you could change it.
He'd probably keep it as is because it sounds right in his mind.
All right. So, Kirko, you received the same message, and the person on the other side of you is the gentleman with the short locks, who looks at you and awaits his message.
She thought about it. She thought about shamelessly plug-in, but she'd rather not ruin the classroom. So she will say, intellect. But she thought about it for a little bit and said, vote for Kiriko.
All right. So she passes it on as is?
Yes.
Okay, so the message goes all the way around the classroom until it reaches the last person. And Professor Laurie gestures to that person and says, would you please speak the message aloud to the class? And the girl stands up and she said, and she is like blushing. She does not want to speak this phrase out loud. Intellect is delicious and we should savor every bite. Professor Laurie's like, I see. Well, it seems our wires got crossed somewhere along the way. want you all to understand that the creature that I showed you before is incredibly dangerous. Not only will your intelligence be lessened under the effects of an intellect devourer, but if it's lowered too much, you will die. It's not a joking matter. Now, with that said, we're going to do a few more exercises, and you all continue to practice the message cantrip for the rest of the session.
Afterwards, Claire's gonna lean over to Kiriko and be like, "You can get so stupid you could die."
I believe so. I read one time about these things called mind flayers. It's pretty crazy.
Ooh.
Like it affects your brain, and then you suddenly get tentacles. It's kind of crazy.
I feel like I got enough tendrils going on my head. I don't think I need any on my face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, after class, you all have the opportunity to go to lunch before the one class that you all have together. So, Sarah gathers you all, walks with you to the dining hall, but unfortunately is unable to stay with you.
So guys, did you know when you mix red and purple, it gives you amazing healing? I was teaching the whole class on how to do it. It was really amazing how some of them were just like blowing up, like boop, 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 boop. So many really wonderful explosions. It was really fun. It was so fun to watch. There was one. It was like everything just blasted away. It was pretty cool to see. But anyways, yes, red and blue makes healing.
Purple.
Well, I got a fun fact. Did you know that you can get so stupid you could die?
Do you know brains had
Wait, what?
legs?
Wait, huh?
Yeah, and some brains have legs.
Yeah, some brains have legs. It's kind of crazy.
I've
And
never.
And like tadpoles can get into your head, and then like you can just peel off your skin, and your organs can explode, and then you have tentacles coming out of your
No,
face.
you didn't
This
say
is
anything
why
about
I-
organ
Wait,
explosion.
that's graphic. That
This
was
is why I hate
fast?
frogs.
Did any of them? Did that happen to any of them?
No, it could happen. There's been like
Gotcha.
records about it, but there was a minor illusion of the brain with the. It's kind of like an intellect devourer. It's pretty crazy.
Josh is just like sitting on the couch thinking about how she's not sleeping tonight now. So much nightmare fuel happened in the past 2 minutes.
I mean, I don't have a fun fact or anything like that, but I met a girl.
Oh, another one. How many this week?
I mean, that's just
5 minutes into the class, y'all.
Okay,
Kirko.
who bet for the 5 minutes and who bet for the 10?
Come on now, y'all betting on
5.
I want my money,
I was
though.
putting on 10 because I was like, maybe he's just like sliding himself slowly, but
Listen,
I gotta run me and Kirk our money. That's all I
Above
know.
I'm
board,
doing this to
I would
get
just like to
Kirko
point out that
votes.
class technically hadn't even started yet. So, like,
This
I
is all
didn't bet
to get
because I knew what was
Kirko
going to
votes.
happen.
I mean,
Clarence, you have no hope in me.
I have hope in you because you got the drip. Of course
I'm
it was
just
going to happen.
I'm supposed to be the charming bard, but boy, you beat me.
She's
Mm-mm.
listen.
I'm saying.
Again, it's not my fault. She said I was cute. She
It's
thought I was
okay.
fluffy.
It's
so-
okay. You can have your whole
She
way.
thought
Wait, she likes you
was
in
my
your
familiar.
human form, or is it when you
She
was
thought
the
he
frog?
was my familiar.
She
Yeah.
wanted
makes
to
more
have a
sense.
familiar.
Oh,
time.
okay, fair. That is how it started. But she
Then-
likes me outside of that as well.
She's a furry. She likes the furries, huh?
Maybe
I show you my
bestiality.
tail and like my ears. Like,
Okay.
okay,
That's
Okay,
the
maybe
best
she liked
talent.
the fur. That was like maybe like, ooh, now I like him more.
I'm just sad I can't turn my axe into like a magical weapon of death.
Oh,
I mean, do you want to tell them about
wait,
how class
you
went for
give
you,
me-
Madasha?
Well, when you vote
I
for
do
me,
not,
I'll make sure
honestly.
you get that
Thank you.
magical
Madasha,
weapon.
Madasha, give me enough
I
time.
appreciate it.
give me enough time. I'm mixing stuff. I will make your axe do something, and it's gonna be great.
It could be healing. You said red and
It
blue.
could be healing, you know,
Yeah.
red and blue, purple.
Just
Healing.
imagine you stabbing
Axe of
someone and they
healing.
heal.
Ooh, I want to try
That feels
that.
counterproductive. I don't
That
know.
Maybe
does.
we
I
should
don't
have
like
it
the
on the
sound
I
of
mean,
that.
it
poll
gets
instead
your
of the
anger
plate.
out and they don't get hurt.
You know,
But
it's
that's
just
not
like
the
a moment
point.
of frustration. You get it out, and then we're cool. Sorry for cutting you, but now you're fine.
Yeah, now you're
Mm.
alive. So thank
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it makes sense. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
That's a lot for my brain to process. I'm gonna go get something to eat, guys.
I don't like it.
What do they have for lunch?
Damn, what's on the menu?
I still have some pocket bacon.
Why do you have pocket bacon?
Wait, is
Yeah,
it
bacon
like
is
You
a
is it like
always need to
raw?
have pocket bacon. You never know if something needs to happen. You need to
Is
have some pocket bacon.
is it like beef jerky or like
No, it's
No, it's from this morning.
we
Oh.
had the bacon this morning. You just put it in a little pouch, and if anything were to happen, you have accessible protein.
do
You're
you
welcome.
throw it away at the end of the day?
Is it in a Ziploc bag?
Ish.
Does it
Oh,
have
my
lint
God.
on it?
No.
I don't believe you.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
I don't believe
The
you.
way she said
I
no.
have
Yes.
I have a special pouch just for bacon.
You know you could just buy like bacon bits. That's a real thing in life.
They sell it at the student store.
Yeah, the bookstore. Like you can
Yeah,
Right
just
there.
I have one of those.
So as you're having this conversation about pocket bacon, like people are just kind of
Visceral, it's right
slowly
there.
inching back. Like,
Like what the like God damn it.
but there is one half orc that's like, that is an awesome idea. I'm going to get a bacon pocket right now.
You're welcome. I'm here to serve and just make everybody here in this college
Hold on,
better.
Alpha, before you go, I'm gonna need you to vote for Kiriko.
Yeah,
For,
vote for Coco.
Yeah, but we're
Yes,
we're
yeah.
Thank you
voting for
guys.
my girl.
I guess I'll make breakfast tomorrow for everyone.
Yes, Kinko. You should give away pocket bacon as a token for your campaign.
I don't think we need the pocket bacon. I don't
We
think
we
so.
should be concerned about people's cholesterol. We shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you keep the bacon. It's all yours, baby.
Kinko,
That's
it's
huge.
Kinko diet.
I mean, that'll work.
Well, you can keep that genius idea for yourself.
Okay. Read it in my book one day. Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
So you all gather your various sustenances, make your way to your seat. You see several of your classmates from your various classes are also scattered around the cafeteria. And you have this time to be social before your next class,
Do I see Ayla?
which will occur after the break. So that's how much time you have.
Gotcha. Is Ayla there?
Pardon?
Is Ayla there?
Ayla is in fact there, and she is with the Gorgon girl from your class. They are having lunch together.
Mhm.
So I look at Ayla. I'm gonna go talk to her
Wait, hold on. Wait. What about what?
Do it. Talk to.
about class.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You do that. You
Okay.
you
I
go
mean,
right
you-
ahead.
Just say you are part of class.
That's true.
Do
Are
you
you-
need an extra incentive that I can
Let-
give you?
It's not that kind of party, Abby. Hey, something happened in class.
Okay, I'm
mean-
just checking. I don't know. I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
just
I'll
trying to
take
be
it.
helpful.
That's now if you want to come with Aylu, you know,
Like, I'll take it. Listen, I
that
still
might
got.
be a whole situation.
Look, I can help.
You come
I'm
with?
just saying.
I
I
got
have ways to help you guys perform better.
Red and blue.
Never heard that I need help
Discrimination in
performing,
upstream, just a reminder.
but
I will say a good idea would
I
be if
do.
you Ayuva Fox just to get back on Madasha's shoulders and pretend you were asleep. You know,
See, that's what I'm
Yep,
trying
yep,
to.
yep.
Get
So,
some
like,
information.
he grabs up like a little bit of food, like 2 bites of his ramen. He's like, all right, let's do this. Stretches and like slowly comes back into his little fox form and just like, "Boink." All right. Let's do this.
Don't
Once
be
they
so
walk
hard.
away from the
Okay,
Give
so
table,
yourself away.
once they walk away
you
from the
head
table,
over to the
Kiriko be
table.
like, "How much y'all want to bet this is gonna fail?"
Are we gonna make
Got
it?
5 on it.
Ooh, how much you putting on?
Clarence setting me up, dog.
I was like, I bet 15 gold. That would just last for about
15.
5 minutes.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh,
that's a lot of
I was
money,
like,
girl.
no,
Like,
stupid.
okay.
Do I hear them?
She's rich.
Oh yeah, do you hear me?
Go.
Do I hear?
Because I need to buy some things from. My class is very expensive from all the materials I need to buy.
I feel like in your Fox form, your hearing should be pretty acute. So yes, you probably do hear it.
I'm gonna hold strong. Damn it, I'm holding strong. Kirko gotta lose some bed.
So you arrive at the table, and Ayla has like this big roast fish that she's just, eating with a fork. The Gorgon girl Callie has like a big ass steak, and she's just tearing into that bad boy. But they're just talking, having a good time. Oh,
So,
I remember
I
you.
walk up. Hey, so yeah, about earlier. I'm not interrupting, am I?
No, by all means, have a seat.
Oh damn! Don't sit down.
So, so I like turn my neck a little bit, like stretch my neck and like squeeze him, trying to get him to shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, so about what you did when I did the thing and then I tripped over the thing, right?
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't want to have that kind of interaction.
I get it. Teach told you to do what you needed to do. No harm, no foul. However, this is all new for me. I'm not normally a magic girl, as you can tell. How teachable is what you just did?
It could be learned. Are you looking for a tutor?
Maybe. I mean, if you don't mind, my friend seems to we tend
Before
to
you
go.
even do it, Alu bites you a little bit, like shut up. Hey, don't you say nothing crazy.
Why?
Like,
Why don't you just size up so you can talk? Wouldn't that be easier?
Oh no, he's napping, but he's so used to being there that like if he's having a bad dream, sometimes he'll nip at me, and I'm just looking up at the sky like, where is this lie even coming from, Jesus?
Get the fuck out of here.
So like I'm totally trying to like allude to the fact that my friend, if you don't mind tutoring, my friend will just more than likely be napping while it's happening, but I am totally open to learning what it is you do.
All right. So, I can't teach all of it. There's some things that just I can't teach, but what I can, I'm happy to share. How about we meet after class 2 or 3 times a week?
Cool.
All right. I look forward to it. Maybe you can show me how to use a bigger weapon.
Yeah, I got loads of weapons, like so many different kind of axes. I'll be sure to bring an extra.
All right. I look forward to it.
Cool.
I never did get that deception roll though. I was serious.
Oh, you were?
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Give me 1 second, because Roll20 kind of closed out on me.
Can Abby seize this and assist, giving her a little inspiration and a perp into her steps?
I'm going to say no, because you can't hear them. You can only see them.
Okay. We're just watching and trying to figure out what they're saying, but we can't. We're just like...
Terrible.
So yeah,
Normally I would use my phone because that's where the character sheets are. I'm pretty sure I remember this being a 3. No, it's a 2.
God dang it, of course.
She just smiles. She doesn't say anything in response to specifically the napping thing.
Jesus Christ.
The rest of you who are watching, feel free to roll insight if you would like.
Can I
Oh,
roll insight?
yes.
Just so everybody knows, Madasha is completely oblivious to flirting and
Yeah.
sexual innuendos of any and all kind.
It's okay.
Oh, you were
We can help
not. Listen, this
I'm
might
the
be an
worst
alley-oop.
wingman ever, but at the same time, every once in a while.
28 for insight. Please not pay attention to the other rolls. My fat fingers pressed.
So, Clarence, your back is to their table. So you're getting nothing from this. But wait, what'd you say, Cellophane?
28
Why am I not seeing that?
I don't
from
see it.
insight. You don't see it? Oh no.
I do not.
Oh, it's my roll 20 days. I can take a screenshot.
I'll take your word for it. We'll figure that out later.
Yes.
So you and actually both you and Kirko, you both have an upbringing that's required you to be very aware of the different interactions with people and how they're feeling in order to, in one case, help you learn more about them, and in another case, to keep yourself safe and secure. Both of you can see, oh, she flirting.
And Abby, because she always carries it with her, kind of just
Wow.
kind of. So now she's like really zooming in and she can see everything to perfect. She's like, oh yeah, she's definitely flirting.
Yeah, they're
Yep,
flirting
I can see that.
hardcore.
I ain't
Like,
gonna see
look
no
at it.
pictures because they don't need to be watching no flash.
She's trying to read lips and say, did she say she got loaded weapons?
Yep.
She's loaded. Okay,
It's a nat 20.
okay.
And I got some words.
Okay, so on that note, we are going to go on break, and when we come back, we will go to your last class of the day.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 10 to 15, guys.
Sweet.
Bye.
And we are back. Hope you weren't waiting too long. We're gonna hop right back into it. So you guys have your lunch, you have your study dates, and we are heading to your last class of the day, which is Demian Zoology. This class is one that you take as a party, and you arrive, and there are 4 other parties in the class. You are meeting out just beyond the wood line. Your professor is standing there. He has long, straight hair, like down almost to his knees. He has white fox ears and 3 tails. His fingers are clawed. And he has the most stoic expression, just looking over everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Professor Oren Nightswarm, and I will be your professor for Demian Zoology. Now, you all may have heard of the class Extraplanar Zoology. Can anyone tell me what they think the difference is? One of the kids from the other class raises their hand, like, ooh, pick me, pick me, pick me. Yes, you over there. Well, extraplanar zoology would be about creatures from other planes, right? So Demian zoology would be creatures that live here in this plane. That is correct. Each of you will learn about how to identify and interact with different creatures from here in Demi. Well, technically we're in a Demi plane here, but semantics aside. But I can't make you experts in every creature in one semester. And so each of you will choose one creature that you will do your semester project on. And by the time the semester is done, you will be an expert in that creature. And what we're going to do today is we're going to decide what those creatures are. And so he leads you all to the portal in the center of campus. He does some configuring after you all.
You know, I totally knew that, but I didn't want to just, I want other people to answer and stuff. So we gotta go now.
Yeah.
Girl, you could have said something.
No, I just want, I don't.
Girl, it makes it look like our adventure probably look dumb.
Come on,
That's
come
fine.
on.
Don't
Like
worry
you
about
cannot be letting your teachers know everything you know, right? You gotta. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So we're
fair.
going through here. Yeah, Abby goes through
Like,
the portal.
yeah, walk through the portal.
So I
All
use
the rest of the
chairs in
parties
portal.
go through the portal.
Do we recognize any of these people in class?
One second. Let's see if you do.
Is any of them running for class officer? That's my rivals.
See,
So, about that.
here we go.
Oh no!
Callie and her party are actually in this class. And yes, Callie is running for class office.
But she is.
So on that note, Clarence is doing his business. He's just like, all right, vote for Miss Lane, you stand to gain. Vote for Miss Lane, you
They
stand to
say
gain.
The bars. Where'd the bars come from? Hold on. It's the bars for me.
On like every single one of the like pamphlets, like Alu casts like a little minor illusion to make it shimmer and glow a little bit. Like, yeah,
Yes.
especially on Callie's.
Especially.
Yes.
Man.
And she'll just give her the resting bitch face, like.
Callie just thanks you and gives you a piece of candy.
Oh,
thank you very
Oh,
much.
that's
I
so
mean, I have to
basic,
save that for
candy.
later because,
Yeah, like,
diabetes and all.
Ooh,
But
candy.
Y'all
I
really
The
got
like
inside
some
of the
sweets.
extra
wrapper of
candy
that
from her.
candy is vote for Callie for class office.
candy? That's just sweet, man.
what
Protein
kind
is
of candy
better.
is this, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got pocket bacon. Yeah,
We
show
got
them.
pocket
Yeah,
bacon.
show them.
Oh,
Show
shit.
them. Yeah.
Come on now.
Bruh.
So
Pocket bacon.
you all go through the portal.
Before I go through the portal, can I just scan the room? Because I want to see if there's anything interesting here.
You're not in a room. You're on the campus green.
Gotcha. Then, yep, I go through the portal.
When you come out on the other side, you're in what you assume to be an island. There's a dock behind you and land spreading out ahead of you. First, a beach, and then ahead, a path that is on grasslands. Professor Nightswarm explains to you all that everyone is going to choose a creature from this preserve. And when we reach the top, you'll each be assigned a guide who will show you around the island. So let's start going. And so you and these several other parties make their way up the path. And there's a large stone structure ahead of you. And you can see a building off in the distance. But as you walk up to this structure, there's an opening. And you walk through that opening and you find yourself in a cavernous tunnel with stone walls that is lit by torches. Overhead, stalactites hang down, and you can hear the sounds of water crystallizing as you make your way through this tunnel. And as you approach the light on the other end of the tunnel, there he is. A giant white dragon who immediately sniffs you out and turns towards you all, baring his teeth.
So anybody want to do a
I look at Clarence.
I was like, what did the
Clarence.
bullseye
Get
white
your-
dragon?
Yeah, I look at
do?
Clarence like my boy.
Before you start
That's
acting,
your family? Are you related?
I look at Madasha like,
before you
sis,
start acting, the 5 guides for your separate parties are at the entrance to the cavern. And they explain to you that we're so sorry, the dragon arrived earlier than he was expected. He has a meeting here with some very important people. Pay him no mind. Each of you is going to go with a group. And so the parties are being assigned groups and they're all going off. Your group leader, who is a night-skinned male, he appears to be in his younger 40s. He says, I'm sorry, just give me one moment and I will be right with you and we can get going. And he goes over to the dragon and they begin speaking in Draconic to each other.
so they're not.
I look at
trying to
Clarence
be
again,
rough.
like, you get us, right?
Madasha, get your family.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
That's what I'm looking at
just
Clarence.
listen
Like,
in,
hey,
see
yo,
what I
I'm
can
not
discern
doing
a
this right
bit.
now.
The people.
So, of course, Madasha and Clarence, you can understand them. Does anybody else speak Draconic?
No,
Hold on, let me double check.
Okay.
I don't.
No.
I've only taught Elu curse words in Draconic.
Yes. I have also
Oh,
Wait,
taught
I
you
okay,
lied.
you
I
don't
have
understand them
Draconic.
either.
I have Draconic. Yes.
Damn.
In that case, yeah, only Clarence understands. And
Wait,
he
what?
says,
Wait.
you said you only learn curse words in Draconic, right?
Yep.
No, I only taught Elu curse words in Draconic.
Yeah.
I know Draconic.
Okay, well then yes.
That's in my language. I know Draconic.
Clarence and Madasha, you both here. I apologize for the wait. They should be here momentarily. We'll get these people out of your way. Please don't worry about a thing. And the dragon's eyes are still fixated on the party. That hatchling belongs to one of them. You bring a spy to my meeting with the king. I assure you, they're all just students. None of them are involved in this. Please.
I'm looking at Clarence like, what?
What are they saying? What are they saying?
Say something about a spy.
What? No, there's
Folks,
no
no,
spice
we will
here.
talk about this at a later date. I think it is very pertinent that we are as cautious as possible.
You're right.
So he bows to the dragon and he returns to your side. As he's returning to your side, a Leonin with all black fur and his entourage approach. And they make their way into the distance where you can no longer see nor hear them.
Whoa. That's an interesting one.
As they
Anybody-
walk away, Claire just like, take care, Woody.
Was the Leonin hot?
Anybody who is from
Great question. Great question.
Hmm.
There
Was
was
the
a
Leonin
great
hot?
question asked.
Please.
so
Please describe the Leonin.
I just
I'm
want
sorry,
to
did
know.
somebody have a question?
Was
Yes.
he hot? The
Was
Leonis?
the Leonin hot?
It's an important question.
He's very hot. He's
Okay.
absurdly hot.
On
Oh,
my way.
We like
oh, Lord.
It's important.
Just gotta know.
Della, I gotta brush myself up.
Sure.
Wow.
And anybody who is from Ngala can do a history check on him.
Wait, what was the question?
Y'all from Ngala?
With who? From who?
Ngala. It's
Would
the
you like? Would
capital,
you? It's like, would you just call me?
the capital city.
I do not think so.
Uh,
I am not.
I'm words just escaped me again. ADHD is ADHD.
No, you're good.
We
I'm
all
not
here.
from Ngala,
I
but
believe
with
Kiriko's
my
not from Ngala.
backstory,
Do
would
not
I
think I'm
know?
from
Ooh, that's a
Neil,
good
help me out. Ngala is the capital of
Time to phone a friend.
Marifa?
Phone a friend.
Marifa.
Marifa. Yeah,
Marifa.
anybody who is from Marifa can do a history check on it.
I can. Whoop, whoop.
Given
Not
my
from Marifa.
background, would I be from Marifa?
Most likely, yes.
Would I?
I'm not from Marifa, but I know some shit
Okay.
about Marifa.
I don't know. Am I? Should I know something about Marifa?
I don't know shit.
With your background, you are absolutely from Ngala.
Okay.
I know nothing.
Oh, this is sick.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, Taylor know everything.
I be trying my best. Overachiever over here.
Kirko resident.
Mm-hmm.
All day.
If you don't, my mom won't
Neil
love
said
me.
if you got nice skin cousins, you are Marifan.
Oh, I got night skin cousins. My cousin probably go here.
We so black.
Is
but
your
not
cousin
black.
hot?
So black.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any roles.
And tall.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any roles in Twitch or in Roll20.
I rolled.
Are we rolling?
I rolled a
insight?
4.
Just want to double check.
I'm having roll 20.
Oh, you all rolled insight. I asked for history. I'm sorry.
History.
Hey.
Oh, my bad. I still don't know.
That's why I'm like, I don't see any history rolls. What's going on here?
I'm going.
Better than
Man,
insight.
I'm
Great
just getting it with
insight.
these
That's right.
19s.
Here it
Good
is. I
God.
think maybe.
Good Lord, go ahead.
Stop
Right?
that.
Did I do it right?
This 9.
Hey, it
Listen,
was under
a
the
9
wrong
for
one.
sure
That's
has to
why
be now.
it wasn't supposed to be under me. Hold on, my bad.
So
Any better? No,
the
Go with
DC
the
is a
9.
10.
Go with the 9.
you don't know shit.
So Keon and Elu, you can't quite place who he is, but you
I'm
feel
from
like he's
Tower 9.
important. Selomie, you know he's the king of the Leonin tribes in Marifa and the head of the court. Essentially, he is the leader of your government.
Mm.
She gonna do like a big, like, like flourishing bow of like.
He cannot see you. He's walking away.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter if you don't see if it's easy or not.
He doesn't, but I'll bow with you.
Okay. Sorry.
We're bowing. We gotta pay respects, even though
I'm frozen because I'm like, so we're not gonna do nothing about what that dude said.
But we gotta talk
Which
about
one
it
of us is the spy? I'm
we gotta
concerned.
talk about it in the room. There's eyes.
We can't talk about it here.
Okay.
There might be an
That
intellect
one.
devour up in here.
Y'all learned about one thing in class and run with it, huh?
It is our whole personality now.
Complete personality trait.
Okay, so your guide leads you off further into the island, and there are several different enclosures and environments that are set up on this island. I would like everybody to roll perception for me as you search for different creatures to begin your projects.
This is gonna be terrible.
So it's
I mean,
like,
I can see a little something.
Yep.
are one of the like instructors around us?
Professor Night Swarm is not with you. He is actually waiting at the entrance to the cave for all of the parties to come back. So the guide is the only adult with you right now.
So I'm gonna ask the guide. I'm like, so can I do mine on the white dragon that was just here?
Would you like to go and ask him if you can study him?
Yes. But no.
Can I give backup? I'll come with you.
We might have to
Dangerous
roll
go along.
a little bit.
So as he's saying yes, my hand was about to go down and like, you know how you grab a cat by the back of the neck? And then he said no, and then I put my hand back like no.
Yep.
So no,
Will
never
be
mind.
will be a 23 for Abby.
Okay. So I'm just going to go down in order. Kirko, the first thing that catches your eye is an owlbear. You are under no obligation to do your project on the owlbear. You are free to keep looking, but that's the first thing you notice.
All right.
Abby, up in the trees, you notice a glimmer of light that seems almost unnatural. As you approach it, there's a bird up in the branches that gives off a reflective light of different colors, depending on the angle that you look at it from. This bird is bizarre. Like, none of you have ever seen this bird before, but for some reason, to you in particular, it looks familiar, like you've met before.
Huh. Yeah, she's gonna just stare at it, just like in awe and confusion and curiosity.
Dasha, you are peering through the trees and you don't see it, but you hear it. It's a howl belonging to a dire wolf.
Yes.
Clarence, you're still a little bit shaken by the dragon,
Oh yeah.
and you're not putting your all into this search. And because of that, you see a few creatures, you see some snakes, you see some birds, but they're the kinds of creatures that you would see in the real world. A ball python,
Yeah.
maybe an owl,
Okay, I love
an
when nature
elu.
plays something different.
You're drawn to the water. There's a lake nearby. And you see the water rippling as something is swimming just below the surface. And what rises from it is kind of like a turtle, but its head has spiked ribs, almost like a dragon. And this boy is fast.
Mm.
What you see is a dragon turtle.
I still got my dragon.
Neo said run, but it does not seem to be hostile.
I see what you're saying, Neo.
Fine, gotta go.
But a
But
dragon is a
Ouch.
dragon.
here's the thing: when you said it was under the water, I was this close to saying, "Can I touch it?"
Oh
You
Lord.
cannot touch it. Just based off its size alone, you assume that it's pretty young. But no, you cannot touch it.
I'm so happy.
I would welcome you to try, but he's off in the water.
Oh no, no.
Mm-mm.
Can we come back here? I say that to like the guide, or is this just like a one and done type of thing?
Typically, people aren't allowed to come here. This is a nature preserve, after all. However, for the sake of your projects, you will be permitted to come back periodically to study your chosen creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
How many times?
Um, I believe he said it was going to be once a week, if you so choose. You're not required to come back, but
I am. Do you know what that bird is?
he looks up. Oh,
She
that is a
points
kaleidoscope.
exactly where. A what?
A kaleidoscope eagle. You're not going to see those almost anywhere in Marifa.
Yup.
Hey God, can I get a bit of a redo on this one? I'm seeing a bunch of the kind of typical wildlife around the nature. So I'm looking for something like, well, something
Sure,
like whatever
give me
everybody
another
else got.
roll.
I see some squirrels. There's some bunny rabbits.
Like
I think I saw
a python, a worm. A worm looks mighty
a
nice.
frog. There was a frog.
Now I love being a chipmunk, but I don't think I'm gonna study it. Hey, that's a 20.
Ooh.
Yay,
Better than that
20.
9.
Hey, hey.
So on a 20, because of course I lost my creature notes. Is there a creature that interests you that you would like to find?
Ooh. Uh. mm, I don't know. I think Clarence would probably look for something like small and fuzzy, something cute, because he just likes cute
Okay.
things.
So you come across, let's call it a dire hog.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that.
Would you all like to use your discovered creatures for your projects, or would you like to continue looking?
Yeah, I'll take my owl bear.
All right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I-
There you go. Yep. I'm gonna see if I can make him my pet.
Elu has not left the edge of the water where the turtle was. He's like sitting crisscross applesauce, just like watching the water and for it to come back.
As you confirm your choices, he hands you each a card with an image of your creature on it. These are enhanced cards of illusion. When you throw them down, they will create a living illusion of your chosen creature that will last for an hour. You won't be able to touch the creature, but you can study its behaviors through watching the way it moves and interacts with the world around it. I advise you to use them often.
How
What's the
often?
name of the cards again?
It's an enhanced card of illusion.
Enhanced card. How often can we use it?
Once a day. So, hey Lou, what you doing standing here at the water?
I'm not in the water, but he's definitely just like looking to see if the dragon turtle is coming back. And
So,
trying to figure out if there is a mother for this baby or if it's just a baby.
so understand that this baby is your size.
That's
Like,
cute.
he is swimming around. There is, if you feel like if there was a full-grown dragon turtle here, you would know it.
Oh. So I asked the guide, do you know what I know I'm supposed to learn this, I know, but do you know what they eat?
So they'll eat just about anything. They're omnivores.
Okay. I grab fucking Callie's piece of candy and toss it in the water.
Like just vote for Cali, bitch.
Like, girl, don't like it.
With the paper that says both for Kelly.
Hell yeah.
They
A
take
random
They'll eat
fish
it.
pops up from under the water and eats the candy.
Yeah, buddy.
Gonna give that dragon turtle indigestion.
Listen, he'll
Should have
eat
done
anything.
the pocket bacon.
I don't have pocket bacon.
You could have asked. We're all here.
It's a pocket bacon.
I got a bunch of it.
God damn it.
So he explains to you that that little guy's an orphan. He lost his mother soon after he was born. He's the only one here.
Okay.
You give it indigestion, but that's
Alu will be coming back here. I promise you that. He will be taking care of this child.
So you also will be using the dragon turtle for your
Yes,
project then.
yeah.
Okay. So
I love him.
he hands you a dragon turtle card, but the dragon turtle on your card is fully grown.
Well, dang.
They do grow to that size. Yes, they expand
Yeah,
and become that
you,
big.
you won't be able to use that just anywhere. Sorry.
You're muted.
Yes, you're muted. No, nothing.
Nothing. Did it die?
No, no.
Uh,
Can you hear me now?
There we
Yes.
go. There we go.
Okay. Because Ayla's just like I just put two and two together. I can't. So, where can I go to put this big thing up?
Well, for one, you're definitely going to have to be outside. You're going to have to find a pretty big area. I'm sorry, we don't
What
have one of a baby turtle.
what is the size of this thing?
Big gargantuan? Hold on. I'm going to have to do a little research real quick.
Okay, okay.
yeah, gargantuan.
Okay. Um, can I hold on to this for now and then maybe swap out for later?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Just because it's a lot.
You couldn't handle the dragon. It was too big for you.
I
Not
don't think
everybody
you
can
really
handle
want
The other one was only huge. This is twice its size.
Yeah, everybody
Nice to
thinks that
work.
way when they want to get with a dragon. You need to know if you can handle it.
I'm small. I'm small.
So can we help each other out on our projects? Is that within the
Or is it
rules?
just, are we by ourselves?
to. Well, I'm afraid I'm not your professor. I'm only here to help you find the creatures of your choice. But
Okay.
I'm sure Professor Nightswarm would be happy to give you the full details about your project.
Well, fantastic.
Okay. Okay.
Also, with it being both dragon and turtle, I assume it can speak draconic as well. Yes.
Does it? Wait, they speak?
Well, I mean, if they're smart enough, I'm sure.
This one has never spoken. I sincerely doubt he ever had the opportunity to learn.
Oh my.
Okay.
We'll make it our sole mission to teach
Do we
this.
want to teach
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Listen, I don't know what we have to do. I will teach you guys Infernal for all I give a damn. I must know Draconic to speak to this.
I guess when
I
we
will
come here,
speak to
when we come here once
Well,
a week, we'll teach draconic lessons here.
Well, I want to learn Draconic too.
Like we're
I
all
mean,
gonna
is
be
anybody taking extra planar linguistics?
listen. I
Maybe.
can help I can help you guys with the whole mind reading situation if y'all help me with the
you know what? That sounds like a
that
plan.
sounds like a great deal.
listen. All right. I'm happy. Can I roll like one
If
more
you
perception just to see if there's anything other than big ass turtle?
sure, go for it.
Because it's just because it's big ass turtle, not just because it's turtle.
What is
And
a-
the thing is,
He's a big old turtle.
he was waiting for the
God.
right white dragon, but now dragon turtle, that's too much.
It's because he's
Right.
gargantuan. Listen.
And the
Anyway,
dragon's not.
no, he was huge. I can handle that. Okay, I rolled high again. What's good? What's good?
Oh my lord.
Oh no.
Here
So,
we go.
is there a creature that you would be interested in looking for on the 28th?
I'm gonna leave the baby.
I really love this. I love the little dragon. I don't like this.
Just so many.
Well, understand that the card is just an illusion. It's not summoning. You're muted again.
I think it's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's dying on me. I don't know why. But yeah, I will take the. I'll stick with the baby. I'll stick with the dragon. Then it's okay.
All right. So, having all made your decisions, he leads you back to the cave where Professor Nightswarm is waiting. Um, he is almost statuesque as he waits for you. Like the only part of him that's moving is like the breeze is pushing his tails around.
Mm.
Huh. It seems my first group is back. What did you all choose?
Dragon turtle.
Owl bear.
Kaleidoscope eagle.
I got a dire hog.
Mm,
I forgot that fast. That's what I said.
I got a dire hog. I just want you to know that fits a man named Clarence so well.
My name's Clarence. I got a dire
Yes,
hog.
you're so country. You got your dire hog.
I got me, Clarence. I'm a dire hog for life. Oink,
So,
oink.
And like to roll around in the mud.
What are you gonna name it?
You know what? That's a good question.
Oh,
Pocket bacon.
So-
Pit?
Wait, hold on now. You can't eat the dire hog.
when you all explain your animals, particularly Abby and Alu, it's the first time you've really seen him emote. He is quite surprised by both your choices. But he nods his head in understanding and he says, all right, now we just wait for the other groups to get back.
hold on. That's the most emotion I've got out of you all class. Should we have picked something different?
Did you like what I
Well,
picked?
kaleidoscope eagles are incredibly rare. To see one outside of the shroud it's just something that doesn't typically happen. So just a little surprised.
I should have whistled at it. I knew it. I knew it.
As for the dragon turtle, I think it's a very interesting choice. I think there's a lot to learn, but
Hmm.
the fact that you saw one is quite surprising.
Okay.
Speaking of dragons, I do have a slight curiosity about that very large white one that was here before.
Well, I'm not sure of an answer, but you're welcome to ask.
I was just curious as to who they were, if there may be an emissary, with us being kin and all.
Well,
They might be cousins twice
I
removed.
can't say I can't say I know the dragon personally, but the fact that he was meeting with the king suggests that he is an emissary on behalf of, well, someone.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much, Professor.
As you all are talking about the dragon, the guide kind of slinks down, like his footprints are still very visible in the ground, heading off like into a completely different section of the preserve. But as this conversation is happening, other groups are slowly coming back.
Hey, Callie, what you get?
A phoenix.
Sad.
sounds-
That just
That's nice. You know,
really cool.
it's very
Listen.
common. It's very common. You know,
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, they just die and come back.
very regular, common thing.
Very, very chill.
You know, they say that the star that burns the brightest tends to burn out the quickest,
Yeah.
much like the possibility of your campaign
Not
burning out
y'all
quickly.
bullying this
But
child.
I do wish you the best of luck.
You know, kudos to you. You want some? No, it's fine.
How's your campaign going?
Oh, well, you know, I've done fairly well. I can't say that they've shown us the polls yet, but I've gotten myself quite a few followers. I'm sure you have as well.
Yeah, just a few thousand or so.
So I would like all of you to roll insight on this exchange.
What? Thunder.
Just to add insult to injury, Ayla's just gonna be like, yeah, my dragon turtle liked your little candy.
First of all, a fish ate that candy, not the dragon turtle.
Oh, it wasn't the dragon turtle? Ah, damn, I thought it was. Never mind. Retcon.
Retcon.
Didn't happen.
This is
Okay,
Abby
so-
right now, looking at all of that, just sipping on like.
So
Abby just chilling. Like,
Abby and Kirko, you're both very aware that she was genuinely excited when she showed you the Phoenix, and she was genuinely being friendly with you all. But that energy turned real catty when the conversation about the election came up.
Keep your enemies close.
Jesus Christ.
So what did you all get? She says, looking at everybody except Kirko.
I got a bird.
I got an owl there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here too.
Oh, that's cute. Very fitting.
Now excuse my dialogue.
Kiriko's had to slowly start taking off earrings real
That
quick.
is so sweet.
If anyone want to hold her back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Kirko, it's okay. It's okay.
She's kind of fat.
I got a bird too, just like you, but original.
Hold on. I think we're having sound issues with Madasha.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Yeah, I haven't heard Madasha this whole time.
Refresh for me.
I know we miss Madasha.
Madasha, come over here. I know you got some good jokes.
Please.
Yeah. We know she
got-
do. We
Come
know
get
Boy.
this girl.
I am scared for that.
No, it's okay.
Win.
Callie want the smoke. Callie gonna get it.
Callie's about to get the smoke. I was like, I took
No, you
earrings.
don't understand. I would never in my life run a back and forth with my wife.
And this is why
Look.
me and your wife get along.
Look.
Here, same equals same.
Okay, so refreshing didn't work. I'm going to need you to leave the call and come back.
I know her enough to be on her good side.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially swinging an axe.
Hope y'all watching at home are enjoying the stream.
I hope y'all having a great night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Thank y'all
coming,
for coming.
guys.
Yay.
I was like, I'm just saying that Kiriko's earrings is off. She's just one step away from.
Listen. They don't want no smoke. I promise you. I'm also just waiting to throw down this damn dragon card.
How about now? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Dragon.
You're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome. back.
Okay, I have been trying to call my direwolf Fluffy this entire time. I have wanted to roll perception to see if I recognize the dragon footprint, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But I'm back.
Put him back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back with this.
Back.
Welcome.
You
And don't nobody care
are-
about Callie's two-piece and the biscuit phoenix either.
We
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, Popeye's chicken ass,
yeah.
spicy chicken.
I bet she thinks
Popeyes
Popeye
is
is too
canon.
spicy.
So
There's
can
a
I?
Popeyes in our Marie.
She probably thinks salt is spicy.
Oof,
Lord.
oof.
So
Can she even look at it?
if you want to see if you can identify anything about the dragon, I will say roll a history check.
Oof. Okay.
I might know a little
Can I hop in that
something,
action? Can I roll a history?
but I feel
No,
like Clarence should be able to
only
roll it.
Clarence and Madasha would be able to,
Okay.
But I can speak
being of
Draconic too.
draconic ancestry.
Ancestor. I was like, I can speak Draconic. I have a language.
I got a 15. It's something. That's it. My history ain't great.
So, on a 15, you definitely know that this is an ancient dragon. He ain't no little boy. He's somebody important. He's serious.
Ooh. Okay.
Not adult, ancient.
Ancient.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, elder. Thank you very much.
He's been around for a minute. Might be one of your ancestors. You don't know.
Right? But also he
Um,
mentioned a spy, so that's problematic.
Madasha, because you weren't raised in a lot of the presence of your draconic ancestry, you don't know a whole lot. You remember seeing your father as a very small child, and they might be around the same size, but they're definitely not the same color.
Ooh.
Cool. Noted.
And was there anything else that you wanted to do while you were muted?
Those are just the two things.
Okay, so over time, the rest of the parties reconvene, all with their various cards. Some of them have already dropped them on the ground, and you're seeing little illusionary creatures running around, interacting with each other, fighting.
Hold
Um,
up.
Don't do it.
We making
I
bets?
look at Ailu. I look
Nope.
at Ailu like,
Don't do it. Don't. They don't want the smoke.
No, they're gonna eat all of them little ones. Are gonna be.
Now hold on. If you do want to toss it down, we should probably start a betting pool first.
Only towards
Oh, no.
towards
Oh,
Callie.
my
Kelly, whatever
dragon,
her
my
name is.
dragon in my skin folk. Yes, this
See?
coin. Always about this coin.
Exactly.
oh, Bear, I choose you.
That color
My
blood
brother in
gold.
scales. My brother in scales is always about that coin, and I'm always here for it.
My brother in tails.
Okay, I'll check your mic. You're not coming through again.
So once everybody has reconvened, you all are led back to the portal where you return to where you met for class. Professor Night Swarm explains to you all that you will be writing a very lengthy essay on your creature of choice. It will require quite a bit of research into its behavioral patterns, family units, etc. And it will be due on whatever date the end of the semester is. Don't ask me what date that is. Before your final exams. And with that, you are done with classes for the day.
DM, can Ari see whenever Callie pulls out her phoenix?
Callie did not reveal her phoenix.
Figures.
One, the Phoenix. Liar.
Yeah, she's lying. She got the freaking
Yo.
permit.
She's lying.
She
She trying to act like she the
she
shit.
probably got
She
like a
ain't.
She got a
cardinal
squirrel.
bird. She got a
She
cardinal
got a
bird.
squirrel.
Yo, we
Baby.
dragging this poor girl.
You know, a cardinal with a lighter, so she was
You
like,
all
Look like-
literally saw the Phoenix card.
No.
that looked like somebody.
That's AI.
Somebody must have used some minor illusion magic or whatever.
That's AI.
Nah, it's fake.
Oh, I love my players. I do.
It ain't no first edition illusion
Some kind
card.
of trap
It ain't
card
no
or something.
holographic.
That shit's
She got
counterfeit.
that off of Wish.
Oh Lord.
Timu.
So you all are now free to do with the rest of your day as you please.
As they're leaving,
Are we back in the room?
I was gonna say before they like leave the
We're like
class,
out and about in the green.
I wanted like to see if I can have Kiriko test what she learned in class today to send like a message and be like, you guys are invited to my campaign party in the weekend. She's trying to say that, and not obviously everyone heard it.
So message, you can only send a message to one person. Because you have not mastered it yet, I'm going to require an Arcana check to see if you can successfully send the message.
Cool. Fingers crossed.
You got this.
19.
Hey.
Hey.
Come on, girl.
Who do you send your message to?
Well, it's like someone in Kelly's adventuring party, one of them.
Mm.
and I'd say pass it along to your friends.
Okay,
I love
so in Callie's party is an elven gentleman, on the shorter end, about 5'5", who seems kind of spacey. But he receives the message and he looks at you and he messages back, "All right, thanks. I'll let everybody know." And he goes straight to Callie like, "Hey." And then he turns like that girl right
Good.
there.
Good.
Invited
I
to
want
the
her to
campaign
know.
party.
I wanted to
Of
know.
course. Of course.
I wanted to know. It's going according to plan. Be jealous.
Oh, we so petty.
Yeah. Mhm. This is literally the Proud Family. Like,
100%.
this is so great.
I'm La Cienega.
Miss Boulevard is.
Check her feet.
Okay.
Go look at my orc toes.
Coco, sound check.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're
Yes.
good. So, you are released onto the campus green.
Can I do something? So I
Sure.
want to release my kaleidoscope eagle the moment my group comes out of the portal. We'll be like, "Oh!" and you be like this eagle coming out, and then we behind it.
Squad.
Through the portal, like entrance
Squad.
back into
Nice.
the Hillard University campus again.
So when you drop the card, a kaleidoscope eagle does emerge from it. The way the light hits it from every different angle creates a different colored light that reflects outward, and it is almost blinding to look directly at it.
Mm.
It immediately takes to the sky and starts circling the campus. As people are coming out of the portal, as well as different people on campus, they're all pointing at it. It's drawing a lot of attention.
Yes.
None of these people have ever seen one before.
Nice.
So at this point, Clarence is gonna be like throwing up posters like, "But for Kiriko, she is the whole show."
Better than a phoenix.
Dead ass.
Yo.
Abby, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
That's what I get. Okay,
That you just
okay.
loses your bird.
I know. 19.
Okay, so on a 19, as you're looking at this bird flying through the sky, you get a flash to a point in time that you don't remember. But you're looking a kaleidoscope eagle right in the eye. And then flash. You're back here surrounded by your friends.
Whoa.
I hit you with a that's so Raven moment.
You see into the future?
You okay?
Yeah. The light. Sharp. Anyways.
Roll deception.
Inside it?
Inside?
You can absolutely insight it
Ooh.
versus
Yeah,
your
I mean,
perception.
Terrible.
I'm gonna do that too.
Wait, hold on. That's a terrible idea. Do it for perception roll.
Also, I can still see everybody's rolls except for Selenite, so I'm gonna need you to let me know what you roll.
Sorry. Mine is 24.
Oh.
Deception.
Yeah, I was like,
wow.
deception's
I don't
gonna
know
kill
shit.
her.
So I was like, yeah, the light kind of blinded me for a second. It's so grandiose and amazing. It's a lot. It just reminded me
Are
of
you okay?
Yeah, it's just
So-
I need to try testing the flashes of my camera in my eyes more often so I can like adjust to the light.
Speaking from experience of being on the other side of that, that's not a good idea, but it's very blinding.
I know. Yeah.
Well, if you're
Where's
gonna
some-
do that,
where's the
Miss Lane, we should
sunglasses?
probably invest in sunglasses with your name on them.
Oh yeah,
I'm
but
just saying.
you know the merch.
Yeah.
The merch. Yes.
Kirko, have you made him your campaign manager? Or is this your
Because
running partner now?
honestly,
I was like, you want to be my campaign manager?
Listen, as long as I can help, that's fine with me.
Because
Yeah.
Clarence is running it right now.
Clarence is
you got to
looking
put him on payroll, boo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will write your, your speeches and I can help you write your sonnets and stuff and you can just
you guys better make me cry.
poetry slam. I got you.
Mhm.
Y'all better make me cry with this teamwork. I appreciate y'all.
I can hang signs up really
You're a
high.
girl.
That's all I got.
I love this friendship.
Love it. This is great. I love this motherfucker.
So, Coco, roll perception for me.
I don't know.
Run.
What Kelly asked what to do.
Oh Lord.
Okay. So on an 18, you see a group of students walking by. They're all eating cookies. And those cookies all have Callie's wrappers on them.
Cookies.
You
They
gonna
smell
snack those cookies
fantastic.
out their hand?
I was like, I bet they're oatmeal raisins.
What?
Whatever.
Like cookies. Everybody does
I was
that.
like, I'm throwing a whole party. I'm gonna have goodie bags and shit. No,
Now
she ain't
listen.
got nothing on me.
Now listen, I do have an idea for this. If Abby, you get really good with your mixing and the tossing in the chemicals, make like some kind of feel good potion. We mix it up. We make a bake sale kind of deal going on.
I like where this is going.
Like kind of like, ooh, if you drink this, you will focus more in class, or if you drink this, you will be able to sleep better, or if you drink this, you're going to party harder.
And since it's
It
a
sounds like
bake
a controlled
sale,
substance.
the money can go to the clubs and extracurricular activities, which is brownie points.
There you go.
Mhm.
You all remember, I'm going to say, you all remember how popular the cookies that Half Work made last semester were, that just had the party going? That is your motivation.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna see if I can get like some of those ingredients. I'll find out. I have my sources. I kind of maybe instead of, because that's her thing. That's her cookies. I need to let her have that. That's her thing. But then ours will be the drinks.
Yes.
Lemonade stands with brownies. I'm just saying.
I like. See, I like.
See?
You know
Yeah.
what?
And it will be color purple.
Ooh.
There you go.
There we go.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Tomasi said do gummies.
That's my kind of party.
We're this close to creating drugs at Hillard.
It's
Lewis,
already been
dude.
created. It's already been created.
It's like,
Not you got a competitor in the race and now a competitor plug. Like,
Listen, so Kirko, when is your party?
this
When
weekend.
are we doing this? This weekend? Okay, cool.
So
Yeah,
the
it's
reason
We need
why
to
I
make
got
new flyers.
Yeah,
Look.
yeah, we gotta spice it up.
look, guys, the reason why I got in this class is because I'm really, really like to be like the mixologist and make things blow up. So perfect.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, Madasha, you should probably invite Ayla.
Yeah, with your loaded weapons.
I mean, I don't think we're going to spar at the party. Why would I do that?
Maybe depends in the privacy of the room.
Yeah, you can spar a different way. Spar dancing.
Why would
Honey,
she be
um,
sparring with Madara? I thought
I don't do capoeira.
What?
honey, sweets.
I mean,
I thought she liked me. She likes you.
she likes you.
when I
plug for the
outlaw.
capoeira monk.
You guys are so crazy.
No.
No,
I
no.
literally,
I think you're the crazy one right now, right
I
here.
literally read her lips. She was like drooling for you.
I was
Right.
on your shoulder. I watched her
She
drool
was
for you.
eating.
I was-
That's
She
what
wanted
she
all
was
that.
eating.
On her.
Nobody
That's-
drools that much over food.
Right.
You guys see like the like vitiligo scales on her face. Almost looks like they're trying to like blush, but not really. I was like, and then I don't know what you guys are talking about.
How
It's
about we
okay.
try it out and be like,
Yeah.
hey, let's dance a little bit and then just, dance it out
You
and
know,
then see where it
prove us
goes.
wrong.
Yeah.
Don't you want to prove us wrong?
Let's make it a bet.
Oh, speaking of, I heard that little bet y'all made about me.
It did. And we won.
No, you didn't, because I stayed informed. I didn't do shit.
You bit me. I still have a scar.
I'm sorry.
DM rule, you lost.
Oh Lord.
I thought you said this wasn't rigged.
You, my friend, went over there as a fox instead of as yourself. And in turn, Madasha got all the play. That's a failure.
Listen, I wasn't trying to get the play. I wasn't trying to get play this time. That's the thing.
This time.
Look, you're doing a great job expanding the campaign of our Kinko here.
Whatever. God dang it.
So, you all mentioned making flyers for the party.
Yes.
Let me get some charisma rolls to see how those flyers come out.
I am
Let's
definitely
go.
Yay.
I put up really tall signs.
these.
Are we looking at flat charisma or
performance or
Flat charisma.
flat? Okay.
that's okay.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Goddamn.
Oh, that's a save. That's a save. Sorry.
Oh,
Let me do it again.
hold on. Yeah, I hit a save.
Oh, I
Sorry.
hit a save. Oh,
Oh, there we go. I think. Wait. Nope. Here we go.
dang. Can I have my save?
Bro.
You hate to see it.
Damn.
I really
Cold
Listen,
game.
It's all right.
listen.
So,
I was being
Um,
improved.
Alo and
That's all I
Clarence are
got.
running this
Clarence
fucking.
and Alu
Yeah.
make some like solid posters,
All right, cool.
but Kirko and Madasha, you know how like when kids make something and like it's really good
Stop.
for like
Stop.
for the kid's age, it's
Don't
really
do me
good,
like
but
this.
like if an
Do me
adult
like
person
this,
had made it,
Damn.
oh no.
The kids made it. The kids made it. We love it. The kids
Oh,
did
Lord.
this. They've been so nice to us.
Fluffy help me, okay? Fluffy worked really hard.
I'm refreshing roll 20 so I can roll. I apologize.
Okay.
Alu's is like a very like elaborate like Japanese type of poster. It's got
Or
like
shoots
Yeah.
fireworks
nice
in front
water
of it.
like water art and everything on it.
Yes.
Salome, yours is also child quality.
Yep. I'm still shook by the Flash. And I'm like trying to play it cool, like everything is fine, but she's not fine. So she's like just like doing stuff, and she's like, yeah, like
I couldn't read. I don't know how to read
Lord.
that.
so shook.
So yeah, you have 2 like really good posters and 3 not so much posters.
Girl,
Birdie's
it's for a
posters.
bit.
All
I
right.
can make something better tomorrow.
It's okay. I'll work on my slogans a little more. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
feel
yes,
very
yes.
nice right now.
Clarence gonna have a whole battle rap prepared.
I know. Challenge
Wait.
Kelly to
Said
battle
and
rap.
done. Whoever
Now
Callie's
Alex
campaign manager is, they just gonna battle rap before the ballots are counted.
It's about to be like Wild and Ad up in here.
Mhm.
I'm here for it.
The tiki bar. We're gonna have a tiki bar, and I'm gonna be just mixing stuff.
There you go. There you go.
Buffet.
We're
of
so close to a
food.
trap house at this point.
So close.
God.
Listen,
I want y'all to know I'm gonna let
Ayla's
this
working the
happen.
front door.
You gonna let the trap house happen?
You gonna let the trap house happen?
The trap house. I
Is Sarah gonna let the trap house happen?
I got you,
That's
girl.
the
Now that's a whole different story. I can't speak for Sarah,
Oh God.
but I
But
am not,
you-
as the DM, gonna stop you from trying it.
Okay.
Lord.
All right.
All right.
That
All we gotta say is it's a bake sale. That's all we gotta say.
It's a bake sale.
It's been a
It's
bake sale, babe.
bake sale.
for the extracurricular foundation.
Mhm.
So,
That's it.
do you put all of the posters up?
Not mine.
Not really. I hang
Abby's
mine
gonna
in
tear
my
up
room.
her posters because it's like, no, this is not
Like,
the quality I know.
burns.
I'm not buying this place to tear up.
He's like, I need to
Clarence is
sleep
the
on
most-
this poster.
I hang
Can I
mine in my
have a-
room just for nostalgia.
Can I have a hat, looking like that?
I
Okay,
put
so then
mine
I
outside
assume you
ours.
put up the good ones in like
Yeah, yeah.
prominent places on campus,
Yeah.
and hold on to the other 3. Okay, so after you put these up, you know, some words start getting around. People start spreading the word that this party is taking place this weekend. Actually, we're just about out of time, so I will let you decide one more thing you do to get ready for this party.
Oh, we gotta talk to Sarah.
Oh.
Abby's gonna get components to mix for making drinks.
I'm gonna make Sarah some dinner to convince her to soften the blow before we talk about this party.
Good move,
Smart.
good move.
Do you have brewer's tools?
Let me check. I don't think so, but I can check. If not, she's gonna buy some soon. This is a thing now. Nope, she got a forgery kit though.
It tastes like
And
liquor.
a forgery.
Oh
Man.
my God.
Okay, so you forging some drinks, and
Wow.
Kirko is making dinner.
I can also disguise drinks with my disguise kit.
I'm so tired of you.
I'm not
As
sure.
the day comes to an end,
Oh God.
Sarah comes to check on you all and see how your day was.
Hey Sarah, I made some hibachi chicken.
It's
What?
it's really good.
Got yum sauce,
Not bad.
homemade.
Yum yum.
Ooh, I love hibachi. Okay, yeah. And she comes and she sits down at the table. So how was your day, guys?
We got to pick our animals.
Yeah, it was
Or
fantastic.
Demi and
Oh yeah, what's your pick?
He pulls out the dragon turtle. He's like, I got a dragon turtle.
Oh, that's gonna be good. That'll be interesting.
I got an
I
owl
got a
bear.
Everybody
dire
else?
wolf.
That's what everybody says.
I got an owl bear.
Owlbear, classic. Okay,
Dire wolf.
nice. Okay.
I got a dire hawk.
By the way, you would all know that Sarah is a ranger, so she's very well versed in different creatures.
Nice.
Abby,
There you go. Have you ever seen one of these? And then Abby will pull up the card.
oh, a kaleidoscope eagle. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mine. Are they common?
No, they don't have homes in Marifa. They're native to the Shroud.
Okay. I'll ask you more things about it later.
You would also know that she spent a fair amount of time there growing up.
Good. I will ask a lot of questions about this.
All right. Well, I'm glad you all had a good day.
Yeah. How was your day?
I have 2 quizzes next week.
The semester
Being an
just
upperclassman
started.
is fun.
How can you have? Do you need help studying? I can read it for you, like flashcards, because we love helping you. You're just
Yeah.
amazing.
And you
The
know
way-
what?
Wow.
You need well, you know what? You need like a relaxing weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, the best
I
way
want
to
let your
Krista
hair
relax.
massaging
down.
her shoulders.
Sarah, I just got me these new oils from the bazaar. You just put it on you, and it's just like essential oils. It just relaxes you. You
Yeah.
should try them out. You know what? I'll give you one of the ones I bought just for
Yeah.
you because we love you that much. Thank you for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
I'm like
thank you.
massaging her shoulders and like rubbing my hand on her back and like trying to.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Ayla knows that she loves animals, and he's like curled up on her lap as in his fox form, just like chilling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's just eating it up. She is eating up all the attention. Like, you were so sweet. She's
Yes.
like petting Ailu.
Yeah, motherfucker.
So we was wondering if we like that. So we all deserve a relaxation and school just to survive the first week back at school. I think a party will fix that right up.
It was a lot last semester. We need something, to kind of purpose out for this new semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirko. Roll persuasion.
Okay.
With advantage because of our health.
Right.
Yeah, with the runner?
We have done a lot.
No, but the DC isn't that high since you buttered her up.
There you go. You said
Praise.
persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
God.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
I think a party is a great idea. And I actually know some people. Let me get back to you tomorrow, but I think I can help out with
Hey.
some party favors.
Sweetest.
Oh, I know. She's like the best.
I don't know what everybody else's prefix, but we have the best one.
Yeah,
She's like
yeah.
my
Yeah.
grandmother.
I made banana
Above
pudding, just
board.
to let you know.
Class A has the best prefect, but back on the surface, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was about to shade Class
You
A's
don't want
prefect.
other people get jealous,
Yeah.
But yeah, that is where we're gonna call it, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming through for our very first session of Hillard University Class Delta.
Whoop, whoop.
I am so excited. I'm over the moon. I had a great time tonight. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Guys, we're gonna do introductions, and if you have any projects or anything coming up, feel free to plug yourself. We want to know what you got going on. So, Stephanie.
Hello, I'm Selamit. I have social media. It's out there. Not gonna share it yet. But anyways, I don't have projects. My projects is this now Mondays. Come through. If you're here, you're welcome.
All right. Taylor.
Hey everyone. Again, I'm Spunky Taylor off of everything. I was playing Kiriko tonight. Any projects? Well, like the only one, I'm in another campaign. A Crown of Wings and Fire is on YouTube. If you guys want to watch that, the episodes are on Mondays when they post it on the Howdy Darlings YouTube channel. So go check that out if you like Game of Thrones and spreading rumors and stuff.
Nice.
And Meadow is amazing. We support her. So, Keon.
Hello, you beautiful people out there. I am Keon. I played your apparently slutty Kitsune, Elu.
Oh,
Um,
no.
listen. I don't get to play a hoe often, so I love when I can. But again, if you're looking for me out there on the internets and all of that fun stuff, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you find your social medias at Brother Conjure. That is BruthaConjure. And if you're looking for, like some holistic type things, hit me up at venomxconjure.com and I got you. So yeah, that is me.
All right. Coco.
Hey y'all, I'm Coco. I am the other half of Coco Mac Productions. But I am also on the same wave as Keon with Spiritual Shenanigans. And you can catch my podcast, Spiritual Shenanigans with Coco and Bruja, dropping a new episode tomorrow about Black spirituality and sovereignty. But across all social media, Coco Kitten Bruja, and of course Coco Mad Productions. Highlight y'all on Sundays for the Witchlight campaign. Oh, and I play Madasha, the barbarian who has no idea people are flirting with her.
All right, and Luxie.
What's going on, folks? It's Luxie Fox here. I played Clarence, your resident, apparently campaign manager now. I have no other projects except for this one, so hit me up here. I'm working on socials at the moment, and yeah, that's all I got.
All right, and I have been your dungeon master. I am Mac Epiphany. Um, you can find me right here at Coco Mac Gaming. However, the name of our channel may be changing soon. Keep a lookout for Epiphany Games. With that said, as Coco said, Wild and Beyond the Witchlight on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have several homebrew projects that I will get to doing at some point. But yeah, good stuff is happening. I am super excited. I love my group, and I hope to see you all again next week. And I don't have a long, like, pretty in line like Neo gives at the end of his sessions yet, but it's been great being here with y'all. See you next time.
Hi.
Bye.